Hey guys, it's Ro. Today we are gonna be doing something a little bit different. My dog Cookie is turning 2. Her birthday is right around the corner. It is September 14th. She's a Virgo, and I wanted to do something special for her. I don't cook for her every day, but once in a while on special occasions, I like to make her homemade recipes. So today we are gonna be making 3 DIY homemade dog treats. Let's get started. The first dog treat that we're gonna be making are these mini Mutt mints. The things you will need will be a cutting board, some parsley. You'll need enough for half a cup minced. I like to use raw, all organic products for my doggie, and it's a good side note that if your dog has any food allergies, you can substitute the ingredient. Some fresh mint. You'll need enough for half a cup minced, 2 cups of oat flour, half a cup of almond meal, a 1/4 cup of applesauce, a 1/4 cup of coconut water, a 1/4 cup of coconut oil, a medium heart cookie cutter. This one is 1.5 inches, and a small heart cookie cutter. This one is 1 inch. The first thing that we're gonna do is prepare our mint and parsley, starting with our mint. In front of me, I've got a cutting board and a bunch of fresh mint stems. You're just gonna pluck all of the leaves off. And I'm gonna have one of these for me. I love mint. Isn't it funny when you smell things like memories pop up? My first kiss and mojitos. Those were separate memories. You're just gonna take a sharp cutting knife and we're gonna finely mince our leaves. Just keep chopping until it's super fine. Then I'm gonna do the same thing with our parsley, cutting off the stems, mincing finely, and putting a half a cup off to the side. Now that our greens are ready, in a medium-sized bowl, we are gonna combine our oat flour, almond meal, and parsley and mint. Then just whisk it together. In another medium-sized bowl, we are gonna mix together our wet ingredients. We are gonna mix our applesauce, coconut water, and coconut oil. Again, using a whisk, we're gonna mix together. We've got our dry ingredients, we've got our wet ingredients, and now we're gonna pour our wet into the dry. Then using a spatula, we're just gonna fold the two together, under, over, just like that. Once it looks like this, roll the dough into a ball, and then it's ready to roll out on your work surface. And I'm taking a little bit of oat flour, sprinkling it down so that our treats will not stick. I'm rolling my dough out to be about 1/2 inch thick, which is much thicker than I roll out my cookies. Once you cut them out, you're just gonna transfer them to a baking sheet lined with a piece of parchment paper. Our mini Mutt mints are ready to bake. You're gonna pop these in the oven at 325 degrees and bake for about 20 minutes. Once they've baked and had plenty of time to cool, they are ready to serve to your pup. Cookie loves these, and now when I get little cookie kisses, her breath is a lot fresher. The next treat that we're gonna be making are some sweet potato doggy biscuits. The things you'll need will be a cutting board, some parsley, enough for a 1/4 cup finely minced, some celery, enough for 1/2 cup finely minced, a medium-sized sweet potato. You're gonna need about 3/4 cup of mashed sweet potato, 1 cup of brown rice flour, a 1/4 cup of chicken broth, 1 cup of oat flour, 1/2 teaspoon of chicken seasoning, a potato masher, a vegetable peeler, a small bone cookie cutter. This one is 3.5 inches, and a mini bone cookie cutter. This one is 1 3/4 inch. The first thing that we're gonna do to make these doggy biscuits is we are gonna prep our sweet potato. In front of me, I've got a cutting board, a knife, a peeler, and you want to peel your potato first. So we're gonna peel off all of the skin. Then take a sharp cutting knife. I like to cut off the top and the bottom, and then I'm gonna cut it hot dog way, right down the middle. And now I'm gonna flip them like this and cut them one more time, down the middle. Next, I'm gonna cut them into cubes. Put them into a medium saucepan and then take them over to the stove. Fill your pan with water until the potatoes are covered and turn your heat to medium high. Then cover with a lid. Bring them to a boil and then cook for an additional 5 to 6 minutes after they're boiling. You want to cook them until the potatoes are soft enough to pierce with a fork. Then remove from heat and carefully drain the potatoes in the sink. Potatoes are hot off the stove. I just strained them into the sink and put them into a large mixing bowl. You can still see the steam coming up. Now we're gonna take our potato masher and mash it up. Just keep mashing until it's nice and smooth and there's no more lumps or chunks. Celery is pretty easy to chop and to cut. We're gonna cut off the top and the bottom. So this little part that kind of looks like hair, when I used to have a pet hamster, I used to feed this part to him. He loved it. His name was Hammy. Once you have little slices, now we're gonna finely cut them. Then we're gonna mince our parsley, same way we did before. In a large mixing bowl, we are gonna combine our celery, chicken broth, and mashed potato. Now we're gonna whisk it all together. In a smaller bowl, we are gonna combine our oat flour, brown rice flour, parsley, and chicken seasoning. You're gonna take a whisk and mix together until well combined. Now we're gonna pour our dry ingredients into our wet ingredients. Then using a spatula, I'm just gonna fold everything together. We're done mixing the biscuit dough. This is what it looks like, and now we're gonna roll it out. Over here, I've got a little bit of oat flour. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little on the top of my work surface, take a rolling pin, and once again, I'm gonna roll it to be about half an inch thick. Once your dough is rolled out, we are gonna cut out our biscuits. I got 2 different sizes, and I'm just gonna transfer them over here onto a baking sheet lined with a piece of parchment paper. Our doggy biscuits are ready to bake. I'm gonna pop these in the oven at 325 degrees and bake for about 20 minutes. Then I'm gonna turn the oven heat off and allow the tray to sit there for an additional 30 minutes just so my biscuits will dry out a little bit more and be a little bit more crunchy. And there you have it, sweet potato doggy biscuits. The next treat that we're gonna be making are PB and carrot mini pup cakes. Perfect treat for a dog's birthday. The things you will need will be a cutting board, some carrots. You'll need enough to fill 1/4 cup when it's shredded, plus a little extra for decoration, 1/2 cup of ground oat flour, 1/4 cup of creamy peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, 1/4 cup of applesauce, 2 tablespoons of honey, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 cup of yogurt, 1/2 cup of peanut butter. You will also need a mini cupcake tray, a decorating bag fitted with the number 22 tip, and mini cupcake liners. First thing that we're gonna do is get our carrots ready to shred. In front of me, I've got a cutting board, sharp cutting knife, and the peeler. So you're gonna take a carrot. Oh my, all their hair stuck together. Take a carrot and you're gonna cut off this little hair, then peel the outside skin. Then we're gonna use a cheese grater, and I'm not using the large side to shred. I'm gonna be using the smaller side right here. I'm gonna hold my carrot the long way and then just press down. Then we're gonna do this to the rest of our carrots. We need about 1/4 cup plus a little extra for decoration. Sometimes it's hard to cook when you're Edward Carrot Hands. Then in a medium-sized bowl, we are gonna combine our coconut oil, peanut butter, applesauce, and honey. We're gonna whisk till everything is well combined. Now we're gonna add our oat flour and baking soda. And again, mix together until well combined. Last but not least, we are going to add our shredded carrots. And we're gonna fold it into our mixture using a spatula. Our pup cake batter is ready, and now we've gotta get our pan ready. In front of me, I've got a mini cupcake tin and these cute little mini cupcake liners. They're by Martha Stewart. Thanks, Martha. A liner of little cupcake tray. These just look like a birthday. Now I'm just gonna take a little scoop and put a heaping scoop into each cupcake. And then you're gonna do this to the rest of your cupcake trays. Our mini pup cakes are ready to bake. You're gonna put these in the oven at 350 degrees and bake for about 15 minutes. While those are baking, this is where we're gonna use our second measurement of peanut butter and some Greek yogurt to make dog-safe frosting. So I'm just gonna scoop in all of the peanut butter and Greek yogurt, then mix together using a hand mixer until it's light and fluffy. Just scoop my doggy frosting into a plastic baggie fitted with the number 22 tip at the end. And then over here, our mini cupcakes have baked. They've had plenty of time to cool. And then over here, I've got some toppings to decorate. We have some extra shredded carrots that we were talking about, and I thought it would be really cute. These are the mini little dog biscuits that we made before. Take your piping bag, and we're gonna pipe these mini little cupcakes just like we would a regular cupcake. Final step, we're gonna add our toppings. I'm gonna put a little bit of carrot and a few mini biscuits. Ta-da! Here are all the DIY dog treat recipes that we made today. We made mini Mutt mince, sweet potato doggy biscuits, and last but not least, my very favorite PB and carrot mini pup cakes. They look like cupcakes, but they're for dogs, so they're pup cakes. I think Cookie is gonna love these for her birthday because it is combining a few of her favorite foods. She loves peanut butter and she loves carrots. Oh, also side note, all of the recipes that we made today are gluten-free and they were made with organic ingredients. I'll be posting lots of pictures of these on Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter with the recipes if you guys are interested in making them. And if you guys make these for your pets for a special occasion, please take a picture and send it to me. I love seeing your baking creations, even if it is for your pets. All right, thanks again for watching, you guys. Bye-bye!